Tonight, a hidden world inside Portland's transit system erupts into public view. What if the agency that's supposed to connect lives is actually tearing trust apart? Welcome to Scam in Plain Sight. I'm here with our on-the-ground reporter, and tonight we're unpacking a wild, no-holds-barred expose from someone we're calling Rider Zero.
This story isn't just heated, it's scathing. We've got Rider Zero's raw statement, Think Rage, not press release, and we're breaking down what it means for anyone who's ever set foot on a Trimet bus. We'll dig into fake job titles, wild payouts, empty stations, and the claim that public funds are basically an open vault.
Stick with us as we headline the real accusations, pull apart what's at stake for everyday Portlanders, and lay out how a city's lifeline could turn into its punchline. Here's the roadmap. We'll start with the source's identity and motivations, then the CEO and salary saga, next the so-called phantom staffers, then empty buses and security, before we ask, is this legal? And at the end, we'll give you clear takeaways and what you can do if you ride Trimet.
What gets me is Rider Zero's tone. This isn't your average complaint. There's a personal edge, almost like someone who's watched the system rot from the inside.
Right, that almost makes you wonder, is this a driver, dispatch worker, or maybe a commuter who rides every day and keeps noticing the same problems over and over?
Whoever it is, they're dialed into Trimet's day-to-day weirdness. They toss around specific details about fake training sessions and job titles, which you wouldn't just invent out of thin air.
And that bitterness calling out a director of human relations whose main job is cashing a paycheck, it sounds like someone who's either seen the payroll or been burned by management firsthand.
You can almost feel the frustration bubbling over. It's like they finally snapped and decided, fine, I'm telling the public everything. That's what gives this leak its punch.
So let's zoom in on the CEO's salary. $500,000 a year for what Rider Zero describes as less than part-time work. That's a jaw-dropper.
I mean, $500,000 for a public transit CEO? That's more than the governor of Oregon and the mayor of Portland combined. And Rider Zero doesn't stop there. They paint a picture of a leadership circle that's built on snake oil titles.
It's almost cartoonish. Friends parachuted into cushy jobs, like this so-called director of human relations. The implication is, these are jobs in name only, big salaries, minimal responsibilities.
That makes you wonder how much oversight there really is. Are these just figureheads, or is there a system that rewards loyalty over results? Either way, this isn't a good look for a service meant to help the whole city.
Let's talk about what riders actually see. Empty buses, empty trains, and rows of security guards. Rider Zero basically says the only thing in abundance are people in uniforms, no commuters, just beefed-up patrols.
That's such a wild image, public transit looking more like a movie set than a moving city. Rider Zero compares it to wildlife roaming the Serengeti, but it's just security wandering, not actual riders.
Which raises that question. What are all these security teams really doing? Are they there for safety, or is it about justifying another budget line?
Rider Zero hints at a quid pro quo, suggesting these contracts or jobs are given in exchange for something else. That puts a whole new spin on what's supposed to be public safety. The angle that stuck with me is this. Why rob a bank when you can just write policy that lets you legally take from the public purse? It's bold, but it forces us to look at how public money is managed.
It's the sort of accusation that could spark a citywide debate. If you have politicians and executives gaming the system, then is it just bad policy, or is it corruption hiding in plain sight?
And the punch to Congress Rider Zero points to politicians who complain about their salaries, saying they should apply for the Trimet CEO job. That's not just sarcasm, it's a dig at the whole structure of public sector pay and accountability.
And it leaves every taxpayer and transit rider wondering, are their fares and taxes going anywhere useful? Or is it just another version of highway robbery only with paperwork instead of ski masks? So what can people actually do if this all rings true? Rider Zero says go see for yourself, which is a challenge, and maybe a call for citizen oversight.
I think that's the heart of it. Transit systems use our money, so we all have a stake. Filing public records requests, showing up at Trimet meetings, even just documenting what you see and sharing it, these can all shine a light on what's really happening.
And if you spot something off, reach out to your local representatives or press. Sometimes, a spotlight is the only thing that changes the script in public agencies.
Plus, there's a legal side. If enough noise is made, investigations can happen. The bigger the outcry, the harder it is for these issues to get swept under the rug.
Before we close, let's land on 3 takeaways. First, even public agencies are vulnerable to waste and cronyism when oversight lags. Second, transparency starts with insiders willing to speak up, but it needs the public to amplify those warnings. And third, real change doesn't happen unless riders and taxpayers get involved, not just angry.
If there's one step to take next, don't just accept the official story. Look at your own bus, your own train, your city's budget reports. Ask questions, and don't let go until you get answers.
Thanks for joining Scam in Plain Sight. We'll keep tracking Trimet and any response from leadership. Until next time, keep your eyes open for the stories right under your nose, and don't let a good slogan fool you.